Namaste. Today I am going to talk about an important technique which is called as the spiritual peace. Now many of the people talk about spiritual peace, or many of the people think that they want spiritual peace. Actually, many people who come to the path of spiritual life have a very disturbed family life. If you see them, they are always fighting with they have had a strong problematic relationship with their parents. They have their strong problematic relationship with their spouse. They have had a problematic relationship with their children. These kind of things actually creates a lot of unhappiness in them, and they want to move towards very peaceful coexistence with the people. So the first aspect of coexistence with the people happens only with the metta sadhana, with the loving kindness. The loving kindness comes with the bottom line that we cannot understand others unless we give up the ego. The ego has to be given up by accepting the defeat and offering victory to others. When you do that, that is, when you are willing to forego your desire for the sake of other people's welfare, then the loving kindness is born. You take a mother or father, they want the goodness for the children to happen, so they give up their selfish desire and work for a common cause. Now, this is a way to practice loving kindness. A lot of people have a problem with the interpersonal relationship and with their communication and with the way they present themselves. Because the problem is they don't look at the energy and the interaction of people as yin and yang. Somebody might be a male but can have a very yinish or a feminish mind. Somebody can be a female but they can have a very, very aggressive mind. So the problem is when the opposite meet, there is bound to be conflict. There is bound to be a misunderstanding. The yin and the yang creates a lot of disturbance with their people life because people don't read it as an energy. So therefore, the first important technique which you have to perfect as you go towards the thing is reading the energy. Now when you meet a person, if you have spiritual gift, you will look into the 5-dimensional reality. The 5-dimensional realities, you look at their personality, their mind, their feeling, and their soul level. You will be able to look into it. Certain times you will be able to look into their past life karma also. Many people think you need to look at the aura and the chakra to understand it, not necessarily to have such level of sukshma drishti. So it is very important that you develop a multi-dimensionality of the vision. The multi-dimensional is to look at the situation from a multi-dimensional angle. For example, somebody is not studying. So you look at their lineage karma, whether people can study. You look at their family karma and find out they can study. I will give you an example. I went to one tailor's place. Actually, his son had a problem. He told me, I am taking my son to the engineering college. Right at the doorstep of engineering college, he is having a severe stomach pain. He is not able to go into the college. Can you please advise? I told him he doesn't want to study engineering. He is not interested in studying engineering. Though you made a lot of money due to tailoring and other activity, he is not very interested in doing it. Do not force him as a person. It turned out to be very true. That person was not interested in studying engineering, and he had a massive fear that he wanted not to go into the college. So if you look, you will have the ability as you meditate deeper to look into the family pattern, to look into the lineage pattern, and you will be able to understand what pattern is affecting them. That is called as the opening of the sukshma drishti. It is the opening of the third eye. In a very, very specific areas of life, the third eye will open. Many people think they'll open the third eye and they will be able to read everybody's past life and the future life. No, it is not at all true. Actually, the opening of the third eye, you will be able to develop karma drishti. You will be able to read the energies of people yin and yang. At various level, you will be able to read an energy. In fact, we have a workshop in our place where we teach about what you call as a 10 drishti. You have to look at people, places, objects at 10 levels, Navagrahas, 8 direction, 7 chakras, and for example 6 taste, 5 elements, and 4 seasons, and you need to look at them as tridoshas, and then duality, and then finally oneness. So like that you will start developing multi-dimensional result before you completely go into the path of jnana or moksha across the person. So remember, you will be able to read the pattern, trend and the cycle of the people's life when you meditate deeper and when you go into the spiritual life across the person. Therefore, immediately thinking that you will get enlightened, it will be very, very easy for you to get enlightened because you ask the question, who I am. That is where the confusion lies. The confusion lies because our energies has to evolve. It is going to take time, and there will be a lot of difficulty in integrating the opposite polarity. That is why all relationship looks very, very difficult. All relationship creates a lot of difficulty because the language is also another barrier. Somebody speaks a language which the other person does not understand. Therefore, it is very important that as you grow into the spiritual life, start seeing people, object as a technique. Then you will be able to guide a lot of people. Thank you.